Hello, homeschoolers, and welcome back to the Music in Our Homeschool podcast. My name is Gena Mayo, and I'm thrilled to have you here today as we begin 2025 with something extra special, a countdown of our top 10 podcast episodes of the past year. 2024 has been filled with exciting topics, inspiring conversations, and lots of helpful tips to make music education a vibrant part of your homeschool. So let's jump right in. If you are a homeschooler looking for ways to easily and affordably include a quality music education in your homeschool, you've come to the right place. This is the Music in Our Homeschool podcast. I'm Gena Mayo, homeschooling mom of 8 and music teacher for over 30 years. Kicking off our countdown at number 10 is the episode that takes you back to where it all began. Episode 10 is the exciting origin story of Music in Our Homeschool. In this episode, I shared how Music in Our Homeschool started as a dream and grew into a thriving community and resource for homeschool families just like yours. I talked about the early challenges, my vision for helping parents integrate music into their homeschool, and the incredible support that has made it all possible. This episode is especially meaningful for those of you who want to connect more deeply with our mission. If you're new to the podcast, this one's a great one to start with. And that was number 10. Number 10 was number 10. At number 9, we have episode 16, Music Games for Homeschoolers. Who doesn't love a good game? This episode is packed with quick and fun music games to help you teach rhythm, pitch, and music theory. From clapping games to musical scavenger hunts, I shared ideas that are easy to implement and guaranteed to keep your kids engaged. One thing listeners said was they appreciated how these games fit even into the busiest of homeschool schedules. Whether you need a warm-up activity or a full lesson, these games add creativity and excitement to your music education. Coming in at number 8 is episode 42. Celebrating Victorian Christmas carols. This festive episode transported us to the Victorian era as we explored the history and significance of Christmas carols from that time. I shared how you can incorporate these beautiful songs into your homeschool holiday celebrations and create meaningful connections to the past. Listeners enjoy the ideas for activities like learning the cultural context of each carol and singing them together as a family. If you love combining music with history, this is an episode you won't want to miss. At number 7, we have episode number 4, the non-academic health benefits from music education. This episode explored the many ways music enhances our physical, emotional, and mental well-being. I discussed how incorporating music into your homeschool can reduce stress, build confidence, and even improve your mood. It's a great reminder that music is not just an academic subject, but a tool for nurturing the whole child. And it has benefits for the homeschool parent as well. At number 6, we have episode number 2, How to Choose the Best Homeschool Music Curriculum. Choosing the right curriculum can feel overwhelming at times, but in this episode, I broke it down step by step. I shared tips for assessing your child's needs, understanding your teaching style, and finding a curriculum that aligns with your homeschool goals. Listeners appreciated the practical advice and encouragement to make confident decisions. Whether you're a seasoned homeschooler or just starting out, this episode is packed with actionable insights just for you. Cracking the top 5 is episode 8, 10 reasons to have homeschool kids learn the guitar. The guitar is one of the most versatile and accessible instruments for homeschoolers. In this episode, I highlighted 10 reasons why it's a fantastic choice, from affordability to its ability to complement other subjects. Listeners loved hearing about the practical benefits, such as the guitar's portability and how it can spark creativity in your kids. If you've been thinking about introducing an instrument to your homeschool, this episode might just convince you to start with the guitar. At number 4 is episode 7, all about the Songs from Pa and Laura new online course. Inspired by the Little House on the Prairie book series, this episode introduced you to the new Music in Our Homeschool course that combines music with history. I shared how this course brings the songs from the beloved series to life with engaging activities and historical context. If you're a fan of Little House, then this episode is a treasure trove of information. At number 3 is episode 9, How a Music Education Helps with Reading, Writing, and Arithmetic. In this episode, I explored the powerful connection between music and core academic skills. We discussed how rhythm can support math learning, how music enhances literacy, and much more. If you've ever wondered how music impacts academics, then this episode is a must listen. Coming in at number 2 is episode 6, The Power of Singing in a Group. There is something magical about singing together, and in this episode I explored its many benefits, from building community to boosting confidence. I also shared tips on how to include singing in your homeschool, whether through choirs, sing-alongs, or online resources. If you're looking for ways to incorporate group singing into your homeschool, then this episode is full of inspiration for you. Okay, finally we've made it to number 1, and the number 1 episode of 2024 is episode number 5, Tips for Teaching Dynamics to Kids. Now I have to tell you, this kind of surprises me, but it's exciting. And I really loved creating the resources for this episode and talking about it on the podcast. This episode was all about helping kids understand and express dynamics in music. I shared games, hands-on activities, and creative ideas to make this concept fun and engaging. This episode is a game changer for your music lessons. Teaching dynamics adds depth and emotion to music, and this episode provided everything you need to make it happen in your homeschool. Well, that wraps up our top 10 episodes of 2024. I have some great episodes planned for 2025, so I hope you're planning to stick around with me this year. Thank you so much for making this past year so incredible and for being a part of the Music in Our Homeschool community. I would love to know which episode was your favorite. Was it one of these top 10? Or was it one of the other almost 50 episodes we did last year? I'd love to hear from you. Please leave a comment below. And it would mean so much to me if you would also leave a 5-star rating and a review too. Don't forget to subscribe and share the podcast with your homeschool friends. Here's to another amazing year of music education, this year in 2025. And until next time, keep the music alive.